Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Watchmen. This is episode 6, and it's titled, This Extraordinary Being. What extraordinary being are we talking about here? I don't expect them to, throw in Dr. Manhattan already at this point in the story, because that's going to change a whole lot, but maybe. But the last thing we saw from in the previous episode, at least, that was Angela taking a lot of these nostalgia pills that apparently gives you some memories, and there was something about fake memories. What kind of memories are in these? Is it just specifically Will's, maybe? Or so yeah, I'm expecting something to happen with that, because that's gonna do something to her, I imagine. And yeah, besides that, is there anything you want to get into before we start the episode? Nope. Fair enough. Then let's just jump in. And as always, you can check out our Patreon to find the full-length reaction to this episode and all the other stuff that we are releasing. Yeah. Let's... Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Holy justice. What's the story with that noose around your neck? See, I think it's an executioner thing. Jerry, how about you tell him what you think that noose is for? Sex stuff. But we know what you do. And who you do. Captain Metropolis. Jerry, you want to tell him what's on that film? Sex stuff. That's right. This is all hush-hush. Just the way you like it, sweetheart. So, what do you say, HJ? Say cheese.
Jesus. So fucking violent. Yeah. It's a little bit too cheesy to be reality.
Turn that shit off.
When she goes into a coma, she needs help.
Huh.
You know, they insert these little chips into your brain, and they harvest your memories. You know, and then they put them in a little pill, and you pop one, and you get to experience that shit all over again. And do you know who owns that company?
Very true.
Lady True. Hey, maybe snows your grandpa. You're not supposed to take someone else's nostalgia.
So it is.
I can't do it without your consent.
Shit, do it.
God damn it.
Oh, this is trippy.
Be safe out there.
What?
Congratulations, son.
Beware of the Cyclops. Congratulations, son. Do us proud. Be safe out there.
Okay. It's black and white episode now?
You are an angry, angry man, William Reeves. I'm not angry. Your mother and your father.
That was a long time ago. I don't want to live in the past.
Hey!
Hey yourself.
The fuck?
I heard they have a rat problem. Maybe one chewed through the wires, started a fire. You're under arrest. This spook is accusing me of a
What
horrendous
did you
crime.
just...
Who are you gonna believe?
What'd you just call our fellow officer?
Thank you.
We got it from here.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Oh, okay. Never
Good work,
mind.
Officer Reeves.
They're just gonna let him go.
What's it about?
A boy, or a baby. His father puts him in a rocket ship and sends him to Earth just before his planet explodes.
Wow, it's the original Action Comics #1.
Pardon me, officer.
Yep. Motherfucker.
I think you're having memory problems, Reeves.
My memory is fine.
Just let it be, okay?
How about you come join us for a beer?
I appreciate it. But I got an early shift tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
Memory thing. That was what they did. Tulsa.
Oh.
They were also in color. I really like the cinematography and just the direction of this episode so far. It's fuck. What?
That's why he's true to justice. Yeah.
Of course. That's what the news symbolizes. Just teaching him a lesson.
Next time, we won't cut you down.
I don't know what to say. It's just... Put on the hood, go beat them up. Fuck those guys. Oh.
Thank you. My God, thank you.
Okay. I'm angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. That's some rough fucking shit. Especially because, you know, it's like, it's all too real. Like, stuff like this happened a lot.
He still does.
Yeah.
What color are those townsfolk?
White.
Tell me, what happened to the Dreamland Theater? You sure you want to do this? I'm sure.
Damn, the way this episode is shot. It's just impressive.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Fallout?
Beware the Cyclops.
And that one is you.
Oh, that's the symbol. Yeah.
I
Whoa. Yep, that's the clan, alright.
I love you too.
He's really good at fighting.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you supposed to be?
You're not moving, but your eyes are wide open. It's kind of fucking freaky, Angela. You can hear what I'm saying right now? I need you to blink. Good. That's great.
A little bit of color came in.
You need to wake up. I love you. Your name is Angela Abor. You were born in Saigon in 1966.
Shit.
If you don't mind excusing us, I'm hoping to discuss some business with your...
Oh, business.
How can I help you, Mr. Rogers?
He's gonna join in.
Yeah.
'Cause why not?
I believe a cop is feeding him intelligence about criminal activity because that cop is you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that as a joke. Something tells me they have a lot in common.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That didn't take long for that to happen.
No.
So that part of the story is true.
When did that happen?
It was a wrecked car right off in the distance. Tulsa was on fire.
Maybe?
I thought I was the only person still alive in the whole world.
The only two survivors, pretty much.
So I picked it up. You stopped crying.
Don't you ever make me start again, William Reeves.
We're all alone, living in a memory. My echo, my
Choice of music is pretty spot on.
Now I have evidence that a secret plan is being developed by a new crime boss who calls himself Mullock the Magnificent.
Remember him?
Yeah, Moloch? Yeah.
About time you showed up.
What happened here?
Same thing that always happens when you put a bunch of animals in the same cage. Go on in. You need someone who speaks their language.
What the fuck is this?
It told me I had to hurt people. And I think maybe I did that.
I know their plan. You need to come down here right now.
But this sort of thing isn't really the Minutemen's cup of tea.
What?
I'm afraid you're going to have to solve black unrest all on your own.
Because it's concerning black people, then they don't care.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, shh.
Come on, let's go to the warehouse. I'll give you my best cut to take home to the missus. What I've heard about your kind, you probably got more than enough meat to satisfy her, huh?
Your kind. Jesus fuck.
No offense, but you jigs start to blend together after a while.
Yep. Okay. It's just gonna start killing the fuckers now.
Hey! Do not stop until their blood covers your hands.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
So I chaffed them and I gaily laughed.
He's gonna burn the fuckers.
Burn the whole place?
Burn the whole thing down. Now, I'm definitely not condoning, you know, killing people or anything, but I get why he got enough of this whole shit. Just end it.
We need to go home. Now, we need to go home to Tulsa.
No, I'm not going back there.
No, I'm talking about you, Will Reeves.
You don't know me, old man. I know you. You can hang yourself now.
So, that's how he did it. A mind control device thing from the 40s, 50s.
Trust.
The Minutemen would be nothing without the man who inspired us. Put it just. There's a bad.
I'm gonna take you home now, honey.
Whew.
Welcome back.
Yuki? How did she end up there? Whew. Shit. Ah, that was a heavy episode.
Yeah.
A tough watch. Even though it was very beautifully shot, and we talked about
that
the
was
camera
really
work, cinematography, effects, directing. Oh my goodness, that was amazingly done, just visually.
Yeah, really.
Really good. And writing, it was a really good episode, no doubt about it. It was just a heavy subject matter.
Yeah.
And you even, I think, you called it all the way back in episode 1 or 2 or something about Will being the Hooded Justice.
Yeah, but it was because people said it might be him.
Okay.
And then I was just debating whether I thought that was whether that was a possibility or not.
Yeah.
What I thought about it back then, and
yes, and just it makes a lot of sense watching this one, of course, and him the reason why he never revealed his identity, and remained kind of like a mystery through time. And I like that we got the fake version at the start of the episode, and then we've had it like sprinkled all throughout the series so far. This television version of Hooded Justice that's not actually too far from the truth, or some truth to it.
But that's how you make most things, I guess.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, it's an element of the truth, and then you dramatize it.
Yeah.
Which is also something that they're doing in this series, is like we're using a lot of like real life events or stuff that could have happened in real life, but just, fictionalized and dramatized a little bit, or like in that sense, even though a lot of the horrible stuff we witnessed in this episode is probably all too real. It does make it hard to talk about this episode without getting into like real history and stuff, but we're gonna try and like focus on the narrative of this series, at least, I think. But Will has had a rough or tough go at it, like through his entire life, just the way it started. We know from episode 1 with the Tulsa massacre, and then him trying to be a cop, or he is a cop, but he couldn't really do it the way he wanted to, because he was just like hitting roadblocks all the time, and just because of who he is, and because of corrupt cops like protecting these horrible people doing horrible stuff. And
something happened, at least, because I think in the start he wanted to be Baz Reeves, and not lynch people.
Trust in the law.
Yeah, exactly. Trust in the law, and trust that the law will do that for you.
Yes.
But it seems as if he hit a point where he just had to part ways with his Baz Reeves, and he was also telling a story about Baz Reeves to his wife, and I think his wife in the start were very encouraging of him being the Hooded Justice, but when she knew he was kind of getting lost into it, when he started being like a real vigilante,
was consumed by hatred
and conspiracies and stuff. Of course, this was not. There was, of course, a valid reason, I think.
Yeah. These are some very real, horrible conspiracies he was looking into, and he was trying to stop them, rightly so. But it kind of destroyed him or damaged him even further. And as she said, rightly so, this didn't really help, like, diminishing your anger. It fed it. It made it stronger.
Yeah.
So I definitely think you're onto something there with him at the start, maybe being a little bit naive, and looking at this opportunity as a Baz Reeves kind of thing, where it's like, okay, if I can just expose these corrupt things that are happening, then I can get the law to interfere, and we can trust in the law, and there will be no mob justice and all that. We don't have to string people up. We don't have to kill them. And he got very jaded through the whole process of trying to be the hooded justice, and at first finding out, okay, I can't just be a cop and then have the other cops help me because they're as corrupt as the things I'm trying to expose. And now I have this chance with this new group of, like, cops, or lawmen in a sense. But they also at a point saying, like, this seems like they're too corrupt to help him expose what he wants to expose and stop. So there were no other alternatives for him but to resort to violence and killings and just really putting a stop to it the only way he knew he could, or the only effective way, the only course of action he maybe felt he had left to stop it. And it obviously made him a very hateful and angry person, which is something that his wife noticed and distanced herself from her and their kid, which is tragic. But I get, like, why she wants to protect the family from the guy who should be protecting the family, because he maybe lost his way.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's just me reading too much into it, but I felt like he was often, people were asking him, who are you, and I haven't seen you before, and stuff like that. I know there's probably just like a skål.
What har jeg found to?
It was, maybe it was some sort of excuse just to it was an excuse just to seem oblivious to what was going on behind their backs, and some sort of way to just turn their blind eye to this whole corruption thing. But it also, because of these memory pills, I think he might have some problems with his mind, and it might have started early on, and that could make him a untruthful narrator.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, it's so I don't know where we ended up. I still don't know where we're going. I still don't know whether he's what this whole conspiracy is, if he's on the good side or the bad side, or if it's just two big forces just trying to destroy each other or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how it all plays into the big scheme.
Yeah. Because there's a vast and insidious conspiracy going on in Tulsa, as Will said in the second episode or something. And this episode just gave us a lot of insight into him as a person and his past. But as you said, if he's an unreliable narrator, then how much of what happened, how many of his memories can we actually trust 100%? I do think that at least what we saw with Judd, the hanging of Judd at the end there, is true. That is how it happened, because it's probably the only explanation as to how Will alone could do it, because he is 105 and in a wheelchair. Even though he used to be the hooded justice, he probably wouldn't be able to hang him and overpower him just physically, so he had to use something, and he used this.
But I'm questioning his integrity as as a narrator. I'm questioning how truthful he is. I'm questioning his methods. I'm questioning his motives, whether they're actually pure or not, or if it's all just stems from an anger, and maybe an anger that is unjustified. Maybe I don't know. It's just I don't know where this is going. I don't, because this has to play into like the bigger scheme.
Yeah,
in some way, or else I'm just like, why the fuck should we care about this?
Yeah, okay. I'm fairly certain it's gonna fit into the grand scheme of things, especially because at the end there we have Lady True involved again, and she is involved with these pills. We know they're working together. They're planning something big, like her and Will. Does it have something to do with this mind control technology? Are they gonna do that to the entire world? What are they gonna do? Is it gonna be like a big revenge scheme, or is it gonna be? So are they gonna try to get some sort of justice out of it? Like, what is the end goal here for them?
And when is it justice? And when is it revenge? And when is it? We
Yes,
can talk about all the
depends
ethics
on-
about it.
Depends on your point of view, right? It depends on who you're talking to, who you're asking, and like if we look at Will solely from what we know about him in this episode, there's definitely a sense that he's still angry. Like
Clearly.
he still wants to rectify something, correct something, or get revenge, or yeah, I don't know. And he's manipulating Angela in a way where, like, leaving those pills behind and everything. I think that's, very much on purpose, and maybe he wanted her to take them so that she could see all this,
Yeah, but
and
that's-
maybe get her on his side. But that would make it then fake memories, or because they mentioned fake memories at some point, so we know it's a possibility to make fake memories. But they also talked about how they make these pills, where it's like they go into they insert something into the brain, and then that absorbs something, and you put it into pill form, and then you take it, and then you can relive what it was that it took from your memories in your brain. Or so can it extract fake? Can you fake it? Like, can the brain lie? In that sense, I don't know. It's very interesting, and this episode was just visually amazing, like really really well made, and well written and acted and everything. It's just, where do we go from here? We still have a lot of questions. Man, yeah.
But Lady True asked Will to whether he wanted to tell Angela about him or not, and he said she's not gonna believe me. So I think that's why he left them behind, to show her, so she could, so he could convince her without actually telling her.
Yes.
Yes. So he planted the memories. Yeah. And then.
Yeah.
But I still don't know how it all is pieced together. And as I said in the last episode, I'm done asking. I don't. It's too complicated for me now.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that. Like, I wouldn't know what to guess anyway at this stage, because it's like, seems like every time try to figure something out, it's like, well, okay, it's more complicated than what I thought, and I have no idea, but still very much entertained, at least, right? Like, I think it's so far, like, I think this episode was amazing in just storytelling wise, and everything, as we've mentioned now a couple of times.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a little bit time to just, process the whole thing, because my brain is mush. It's been a long day. I'm very tired, and it's just, I don't know. I almost feel like I took those pills, and like, my brain is just like one big mishmash of memories and thoughts and pictures and colors, no colors, everything is just like, it's like a whole fucking circus in here, man. And it's I don't know what to think. I don't know what to. I'm completely speechless. I have nothing. I'm sorry. I'm completely.
No worries, but we might get into some of the stuff
My
from
brain
this.
is broken.
Yeah, we might get into some of the stuff from this episode next time around, because, like you, right now, I'm like that was a very good way of saying it. Like, I feel like we just took those pills and went through this entire journey, and now we have to make sense of it all, and put it all together, and try to digest everything that we just saw and experienced in this very well made episode. And yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it at that pretty much.
One last thing though, if
Yeah.
you saw that I looked down or looked away when it started flashing, it's because I'm sometimes getting very nauseous about like strobing lights and stuff. So just before you tell me anything, it's just now you know.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode, or this reaction to Watchmen episode 6, this extraordinary being, which is still, I'm confused about the title, but I'm sure all you guys are gonna tell us in the comments what it means and why and everything, or maybe we have figured it out by
Probably about Will. I think it's like a figure of speech for I think it's supposed to describe Will and his in the relation to his story in this episode, but also there is probably some pop culture that
some reference to some sort of like a book or a song or something like that. And there's only one thing left to say, and that is thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.